the same. Court calls the case, People versus Mercedes Brewer.
Assistant Public Defender Calvin Hawthorne appearing with and on behalf of Mercedes Brewer. Ms. Brewer, please state your name.
She here?
Mercedes Brewer.
All right. Ma'am, could you turn on your camera, please?
Sorry, yeah, I don't know what's. I apologize. Okay.
All right, there you are. All right. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Hawthorne. This date and time set for sentencing.
Your Honor, we did have a chance to review the recommendations that were sent over by Ms. Pilara. Ms. Brewer has no objections or material changes, so we're asking the court to follow the recommendations.
All right. And Ms. Brewer, is there anything you'd like to tell the court before I do impose sentence?
No.
All right. It is the sentence of the court. I'll place you on 4 months prosecutor deferred sentence. You are to pay $555 fines and court costs, $120 probation, oversight fees. When can you pay that, man?
I can pay some today, not the whole thing, but
Okay. All right. Define some for me. How much can you pay?
I could do like 100 today.
All right. I'll say $100 today. And then how are you going to pay the balance?
I'm gonna pay more on it when I get paid next week. So I can pay more next week.
Okay. All right.
I'm
How
gonna
much
try to
more
get it
next-
all paid within the next like week or two for sure.
Oh, okay. So if I say the balance by the end of August, will that work for you?
Yeah, or can we maybe do the beginning of September?
Okay. Why don't we say balance due by September 15th?
Okay, that'll work. That'll be perfect.
All right. Balance due by September 15th, 2023. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation.
Okay.
You are to complete a theft class. You're to do that within the next 60 days. You are to complete 25 hours of community service with proof to probation. You're not to go to any Walmart store in the state of Michigan. You are to submit your fingerprints with proof to probation. I'll set a review hearing that is to be held December 13th, 2023, 9 a.m. I'll order 365 days in jail. That is suspended. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Brewer.
Have a good day.
You do the same. Court calls the cases of the People versus Dominic Kelly Payne.
Good morning, Your Honor. Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Kelly Payne. Could you please unmute and state your name, sir? You're still muted.
Dominic Kelly Payne.
Thank you. And did you have a chance to review the documents that I sent to you?
Yes.
Do you have any corrections that needed to be made?
No.
Your Honor, given this is sentencing, we have no additions, deletions, or corrections, and would just ask that probation's recommendation be adopted.
Sir, is there anything you'd like to tell the court before I do impose sentence?
Yeah, I'm like extremely low income. Like I just got a job working at Windsor Mode, and I'm able to pay my fines and court fees. But I'm like extremely low income, so I can't like pay any money right now.
All right. Understood, but we also have an issue with regard to your community corrections, which is taken into account in terms of the sentencing for his positive test for THC and cocaine.
Okay.
All right. So, let's do it this way. And you went over that with him, Ms. Reed?
I went over the PSI reports. I did not go over if there was a bond violation.
Well, it's been taken into account. He
As a
had a
part of-
positive test for THC and cocaine on June 23rd, and then failed to test after June 23rd. So I'm taking that into account on his sentencing, but I want to make sure everybody's had a discussion about that.
We did not have a discussion about that.
All right. Well, he's seen the recommendation, so.
Yes, he has seen that.
Yes, I have.
All right. On case ending in 713, it is the sentence of the court. I'm going to place you on 12-month deferred sentence pursuant to the prosecutor deferred sentence program. You are to pay $480 fines and court costs. That's to be paid as directed by probation.
Okay.
I'll waive any probation oversight fees on that case. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to random testing as directed by probation. You are to complete a theft class. You're to do that within the next 60 days. You are to complete 25 hours of community service with verification to probation. You're not to go to any Meijer store in the state of Michigan. I'll set a review hearing. That's to be held August 14th, 2024 at 9 a.m. I'll order 90 days in jail, credit 33. Balance is suspended on that case. On the other matter, that case ending in 366, on count one, the receipt and concealment of stolen property, I'm going to order probation for 18 months. You're to pay $555 fines and court costs, $540 probation oversight fees. That's to be paid as directed by probation. There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to random testing as directed by probation. You are to continue your random, you're to continue your random weekly drug testing at community corrections. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just not able to pay the money.
You need to talk to probation about that, but you're to continue your testing. You somehow or another found money to pay for the cocaine you had. So I think you can find the money if you want it. You are to complete the CCOP program. You're to continue with mental health services at Washington County CMH. Follow all treatment recommendations, including medication protocol with status reports to probation. I will order 365 days in jail, credit 31 days served. You are then to report to the Washington County Jail to serve an additional 5 days. You're to report by 6 p.m. this evening, and then the balance of that sentence will be suspended. Failure to report will result in a bench warrant for your arrest with no bond. On count two, the controlled
So I
substance
gotta turn
charge.
myself in. I'm sorry. So I had to turn myself in and do 5 days.
Yes, sir. You need to do that by 6 p.m. today. On the controlled substance charge, 18 months probation, $555 fines and court costs. That's to be paid on a payment plan as directed by probation. You're to comply with all terms as set forth in count one. I'll order on that count 365 days in jail, credit 31. Defendant is remanded to serve an additional 5 days in jail due to the bond violations. He is to report to the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today, and then the balance of his sentence will be suspended. Failure to report will result in a bench warrant with no bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You need to track that. Okay.
So is
Or
that
that's called
10
the case.
days? I'm
Pardon?
sorry. Is that 10
No, it's
days
okay.
or is that 5
No,
days?
it's just if you get over there and get yourself in, it's just going to be 5.
Okay.
Okay, I gave you the minimal amount because we got to get you straight.
All right, I understand. I appreciate that, Your Honor.
All right, take care.
Yep, you too.
Court calls the case, People versus Rajah McCraney.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Raja McCraney. Could you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Rajah McCraney. Oh, there she is.
Hi, Raja McCraney.
All right.
Did you have a chance to review the documents I sent you?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any corrections that needed to be made?
No.
Your Honor, there are no additions, deletions, or corrections to the PSI report, and we would just ask that probation's recommendation be adopted.
McCraney, anything you want to say before the court imposes sentence?
No.
Sentence of the court, $555 fines and court costs will apply the bond, which is $450. Can you pay the remaining balance today?
I'll get paid on Friday. I can pay it as soon as Friday, the remaining balance.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll give you till Monday to pay it. So pay it by the 14th. Okay. Make sure you can get it here.
I will.
All right, and then I'll order 365 days in jail. Credit 6 days served. The balance is suspended. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Court calls the case. People versus, is it Sine Miller? They wrote it.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and
Janae.
on behalf of Janae Miller.
Yes, they
Could you
wrote it
please-
in my file.
Could you please unmute and state your name, ma'am?
Janae Miller.
Your Honor,
And
today's
I
date
apo-
time for
I
sentencing.
apologize, Miss Miller, about messing up your name. Go ahead, Miss Reed.
We have no additions, deletions, or corrections and would ask that probation's recommendation be adopted.
Miss Janae Miller, is there anything you'd like to say before I impose sentence?
No.
All right. Send to the court. I'm going to place you on 4 months prosecutor deferred sentence. You're to pay $425 fines and court costs, $120 probation oversight fees. When can you pay that, ma'am?
Not today. Probably sometime next week.
You can get it all paid next week, you think?
Not all paid next week.
Okay, so what are you
Is it-
telling me? Oh, she froze. What did you say, ma'am?
Is there any way I can get on a payment plan?
Well, what can you pay next week?
Probably 100 to 150.
Okay, I'm gonna say 100 next week by the, what is that, the 18th,
Okay.
and then the balance on a payment plan as directed by probation.
Okay.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to complete the behavior modification class. You're to do that within 60 days. You're to complete 25 hours of community service with proof to probation. There is to be no assaultive, threatening, or intimidating behavior by you. You are not to possess any weapons, firearms, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. I'll set a review hearing on this matter for December 13th, 2023 at 9 a.m. I will order 90 days in jail. Credit 1, the balance is suspended. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of the People versus, I wrote this one too, Pamela Miller.
Assistant Public Defender Calvin Hawthorne appearing with and on behalf of Pamela Miller. Ms. Miller, please state your name.
My name is Pamela Faye Miller.
Thank you. I'm unsure if Ms. Miller has had a chance to review the documents, just because we do not have a direct line of communication to contact her. However, having worked with Ms. Miller on this case, and she's aware that she received the prosecutor's deferred sentence, I do not believe that there would be any objections to the recommendations from probation.
Ms. Miller, is there anything you want to say before the court does impose sentence?
Sir, I'm more than sorry. Like, for real, more than sorry. This is not my kind of adrenaline.
Okay. All right. Sentence of the court. 4 months prosecutor deferred sentence. You are to pay $555 fines and court costs, $120 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid, ma'am?
Sir, I got $300 today.
All right. So you can pay 300 today.
Yes, sir.
And then how will you pay off the balance?
I will try and have it by September, the first week of September, the balance.
Okay, I'll put here balance by September 15th,
No doubt.
2023.
Yes, sir.
There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete a theft class. You're to do that within the next 60 days. You're to complete 25 hours of community service with proof to probation. There's no going to any Walmart store in the state of Michigan. I'll set a review hearing that is to be held December 13th, 2023 at 9 a.m. I'll order 365 days in jail that is suspended. All right. Thank you, ma'am. I think you're at the court. So if you wait a few moments, the file will be down there. You can go out and pay the 300.
I was wondering where I paid. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful
welcome.
week.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of the people versus LaDana Robinson.
Assistant Public Defender Calvin Hawthorne appearing with and on behalf of LaDana Robinson. Ms. Robinson, please unmute and state your name.
Here. We do not have her checked in, Mr. Hawthorne. LaDana Robinson.
I spoke to Ms. Robinson this morning. I did send her the Zoom link.
Oh, hold on. She might be here. Ms. Robinson, is that you? Wave your hand if that's you, because you're not connected. Okay. She's not connected to audio. I don't know if you have a phone number for her where you can reach her. I'll pass the matter because she got a bench warrant the last time because she didn't show up. So she's here, but she's got to connect herself to audio.
Okay, I'll give her a call right now.
All right. Court will pass that matter. Court does call the case. People versus Christina Van Hoos.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Ms. Van Hoos. Could you please unmute and state your name for the record, ma'am?
Christina Van Hoos.
Thank you.
There's
And you had a chance to review the documents I sent?
Yes, I have.
Do you have any corrections that need to be made?
I do not.
Your Honor, we would just ask that probation's recommendation be adopted, given that there are no additions, deletions, or corrections to the PSI report.
all right. Very good. Ms. Van Hoos, is there anything you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
Yes, Your Honor, I thank you for taking this time out with me, and I do like to apologize for imposing on the court today with my behavior. And it was definitely a mistake on my end, but I have learned and I am ready to take responsibility for my actions.
Let's give you a shot. We all make mistakes in life, right?
Thank you.
I'm going to place you on prosecutor deferred sentence for a period of 4 months. You're to pay $555 fines and court costs, $120 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid, ma'am?
I can make 3 payments bi-weekly. The first payment commencing on the 11th, which is this Friday, the second payment, the 25th, and the third payment, the 8th of September.
Right. And so you're going to pay 1/3 at that point, 1/3 and 1/3. Is that how you're going to do it?
Correct.
All right. Let me see how I'm going to write this. She had that all planned out. All right.
Your Honor, divided by 3, it is 225.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Valera. I was waiting for my other mathematician in the courtroom to help me, but she said nothing. No, hey, okay, Ann. Jeez. All right, 225, 3 payments beginning, what did you say, the 11th?
Yes.
The 11th, 25th, and 8th. Got it. She had that all together. She's going to make it. And she'll be good. There'll be no use of any alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete a theft class. You're to do that within the next 60 days. You're to complete 25 hours of community service with proof to probation. No going to any Walmart store in the state of Michigan. You are to submit fingerprints with proof to probation. I'll set a review hearing that will be held December 13th, 2023 at 9 a.m. I'll order 365 days in jail that is suspended. All right.
Thank you, Your
Okay,
Honor. Have a great rest of the week.
Thank you, Ms. Van Hoos. You have a great day.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Kevin Varner.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Mr. Varner. Could you please state your name for the record, sir?
Kevin Varner.
And did you have a chance to review the documents I sent?
Yes.
Do you have any corrections that need to be made?
No.
Given that, Your Honor, we would ask that probation's recommendation be adopted, given no additions, deletions, or corrections to the PSI report.
Mr. Varner, is there anything you'd like to tell the court before I impose sentence?
I just want to apologize to everybody. It was it's been a lesson well learned. It was
All right. Sentence of the court that you're placed on 12 months of probation. You're to pay $555 fines or I should say court costs and state fees, and $360 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid, sir?
I need a little bit of time, as you know, I got that other case and I got $1,000 some on that one I'm taking care of right now.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. A payment plan as arranged by probation. I understand what you're telling me on that. So let's work with you and we'll try to get it done.
I hope to have it all paid within a couple months, so.
Okay. So when you talk to probation about how you're going to pay it, they'll set up a payment plan so we can get it paid off. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to continue substance abuse recovery program at IHA Recovery. Follow all treatment recommendations with status reports to probation. No assaultive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. You're not to possess any weapon, firearm, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. You are to maintain employment with proof to probation. I'll order 365 days in jail. Credit 1. The balance is suspended. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, okay. Court calls the case, People. Recalls the case, People versus LaDana Robinson.
Assistant Public Defender Calvin Hawthorne appearing with and on behalf of Ms. Robinson. Ms. Robinson, please state your name.
Ms. Robinson, can you hear me? She's connected to audio? Okay. Oh, Ms. Robinson, can you say something? Okay, that's not working. I see ya. Okay. All right. Okay, Ms. Robinson, I can't hear you. So, whoever that person is helping you, they need to do something else. Hold it. How many people you got helping you? You got, all right. What is that she said? I know you're here. I just can't do anything if I can't hear you. So hold on. I don't read lips either. So Ms. Robinson, what you're going to need to do is probably turn up the microphone. See, her problem is she's trying to do it herself. She needs to get one of those youngsters in the room to do it because she is. She's trying to figure it out. Okay, now they got somebody else. All right. See, whoever that was said, give it to me. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pass it. She's still working. Well, sooner or later it'll happen. All right, court does call the case. The People versus Micah Martin or Mika Martin.
Teresa Player on behalf of probation, Your Honor, Ms. Martin was scheduled before the court for a final review hearing on a prosecutor deferred. She did successfully complete all terms ordered by the court, and I waived her appearance from attending today. Probation is recommending that the court dismiss the case pursuant to the prosecutor deferred and discharge from probation with improvement.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. Court does call the case of the people versus Sarah Ostrowski.
Teresa Player on behalf of probation, Your Honor, Ms. Ostrowski was scheduled before the court for a review hearing on a prosecutor deferred sentence. She did complete all terms ordered by the court, and I waived her appearance from attending today. Probation is recommending that the court dismiss the case pursuant to the prosecutor deferred and discharge from probation with improvement.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. Court does call the case, people versus Rishi Cavallero.
Assistant Public Defender Calvin Hawthorne appearing on behalf of Mr. Cavallaro.
Teresa Player on behalf of probation, Your Honor, Mr. Cavallaro was scheduled before the court for a review hearing on a prosecutor deferred. He did complete all terms ordered by the court, and I did waive his appearance. Probation's recommending that the court dismiss the case pursuant to the prosecutor deferred and discharge from probation with improvement.
No objection.
So ordered. Court does call the case, people versus Anisha Warren.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Warren, whose appearance has been waived.
Teresa Player on behalf of probation, Your Honor, Ms. Warren was scheduled before the court for a final review hearing on a prosecutor deferred. She did complete all terms ordered by the court. Probation is recommending that the court dismiss the case pursuant to the prosecutor deferred and discharge from probation with improvement.
No objection on our part.
So ordered. Thank you. All right, so that's that block except for Ms. Robinson. Did she still? She's not. She logged out. So I'm not going to bench warn her. I'll put her into the next block, Mr. Hawthorne, and let's see if we can get audio. All right.
Okay, I do have her on speakerphone now, but you probably want to see her on video.
Yeah,
as well.
that's only Ron Brown that does that, and it's a sentencing, so I need her.
I'm
So
trying. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not gonna let you do a Ron Brown on me, Mr. Hawthorne. So let's see if we can get her back on, see if they can get that mic working, and let's see if we can get her sentencing.
Sounds good. I'll let her know. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Court will stand in recess.